Hi guys, so today I'm going to show you what project I'm working on, so let's get started. Okay guys, so I'm going to be showing you the junk journal that I'm making right now. Sorry about the glare. So this is just an empty box, a treat box, and all I did was undo it. So right on the seam, just open it up, and you can use any box or any of the, like a cookie box or a pop box. Now on the box itself, you have one seam that's open and the other side isn't. You're just going to open this up just like that. So now you have an open starter for your junk journal. So what I did with mine is I cut off what I didn't want and how big I wanted the junk journal to be. So I decided that I wanted it this size. So that's the size of the junk journal I'm doing. So I just cut off the top, cut off all the excess, and then just kept it for me to make tags or whatever I wanted to do with the extra cardboard that's left over. So I have this now for my junk journal. So what I wanted to do was make the signatures, and I have 3 signatures. And here are my signatures that I already made. There's 3 of them, and when you flip it open, you will see that's a tuck spot. You know, there's some music paper, other papers, so on and so forth. And there is 10 pages. I've done 10 pages in this signature. So to make a signature though is fairly simple. All you have to decide is you could use a paper from the paper book itself. You could pick any of these sheets to start and fold in half. So you could use one of these books. You could use music paper if you have out of a book. You could take that apart. I have some that are coffee stained and older paper. So you could use this. You know, you could use pretty much anything. You could use the book papers. You could use envelopes. See, just a regular envelope. You could fold that in half and stick that into the signature. And then when you do fold it in half, so what you're going to do is take a piece of paper and just fold it in half. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but as close as possible. So I folded that in half. And then you would do that for about 10, 12 sheets, as many as you want, as big as the signature you want. Remember, when you make your signatures though, and you hold them in the middle, you want it to have some room in between and not too tight. And don't forget, you're going to embellish each page or some of the pages anyways. So it's going to get a little thicker as you go. So you want to give, you know, some room for that expansion. So once you folded the paper in half and you've already decided how big you want your junk journal, you just take your paper and then you would measure a little bit in and a little bit from the top and a little bit from the bottom, and you just mark it with the pencil. And then you would just get your cutter and then you would just cut it down to size. So like one of these cutters or scissors even will work. And you just cut down the paper down to the size that you're looking for. And you'll do that roughly for all of them. all of your papers one after another. You stack them in, and then you make sure that they're all around the same size. And then once you have them together, now sometimes there'll be one or two won't be even, so then you will just put it back in, double check. Now this one has some space at the top a little bit, some on the bottom, and some on this side, like this. But what I did was I just took my cutter and I just ran this down. I mean, it depends on how many sheets you can cut at once, but just to even it up, you could take a few papers off and mark it and see if it's even up, and then just even it up with the rest of them and just cut it down and even it up. And that's what I did with these ones, and then I take a guideline and I do the next few and the next few and the next few. So that's how I made a signature. So at this point I have made 3 signatures, and I decided on how I wanted the papers to be set up inside. And some have pockets, so to make pockets when you fold. Okay, so if you wanted pockets like I do inside, I have an inside pocket. So if you want a pocket, all you have to do is fold your paper that you folded in half, open it again and fold it in half up this way, not half, but a little bit up this way, and then just roughly go across, try to even it up, and then fold it again, and now measure. Now you would measure on how far to the bottom you want it and how to the top, and then you would mark it with a pencil or a pen. And you would just go a little bit below and just mark it, and then use your cutter and cut that off. So I'll just get the cutter and I'll cut it off right there. So, and don't throw this away because you might be able to use it inside the book for something. Oops. And then you put it back down and you make sure that it's the size that you're looking for, which it is. And then you flip it open and you make sure. And then you'll want to measure this part here now, this side. So you would mark it again here, and then you would cut it, and that would be the first page of your signature. So that's how that would work. So that's how I make my signature. It's pretty simple, pretty easy. You could use book paper, any kind of paper that you want. I have made 3 signatures. They all roughly feel about the same. They fit about the same, and they're going to sit there, and then the book closes. So the part I'm at now is I'm going to cover it with fabric, my cover, because you have to do the cover first. Now I had a big piece of a brown fabric. This is the bad side and this is the good side, so this is what it looks like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my cardboard, I'm going to lay it down, and then I'm going to pull in the fabric just like this, and then I'm going to glue it down. So that's what I'm going to do for this piece of fabric, and then this is going to be the cover of the journal. So that's what it's going to look like. Pretty simple, straightforward. That's what I'm going to do. So that's the part I'm at now. And then inside, once I get the fabric down and it's tacked, to cover this part of the brown, I have this paper that I'm going to cover the inside with. So that's the part I'm at now. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye, everyone.